Hello students, hello viewers, welcome to Senior College Mathematics. Topic of discussion is quadratic equations. If you are in senior college, you are preparing for WAEC, for NECO, for GC, for NAPTEP, for JAMB, or any other entrance or external examinations into high school, this topic, this lesson is for you. Lesson 9, word problems leading to quadratic equations, part 1. Let us examine what you are expected to do in order to solve such problems. When solving word problems leading to quadratic equation, commit the following steps to mind. Step 1. Translate each statement given in the question to mathematical statement. That is, a statement containing letters. That is the first thing that is needed. Step 2, form the quadratic equation. Step 3, factorize the resultant quadratic equation if possible. If you cannot factorize, you have to try other methods. Lastly, two solutions are obtained. Sometimes both are positive and acceptable, or one solution will not be acceptable. So this should not be here, not be acceptable because it is negative. So check your result to confirm the correctness. So after solving and obtaining two results, you check, because sometimes both may not satisfy the equation. So once you carry out these steps, it helps in forming a quadratic equation from the given word problem, solving and checking the solution to be retained and the one to be discarded. So let's take some examples. Example number 24. The sum of squares of two consecutive even numbers is 52. Find the numbers. So let us try to analyze the problem and see what we are expected to do. First, you have sum of squares. Sum of squares means two numbers that are squared respectively under addition. That is one. Secondly, consecutive. These are numbers or numbers that follow this pattern are numbers used in everyday counting. Numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4. Number that follow such a pattern. Then even number. Even numbers are numbers divisible by 2. In other words, the difference between two even numbers is 2. Now, any two even numbers, their sum can give us 52. But will you keep on guessing such numbers? No. So we assume let the first even number be s. Since the difference is 2, it means that if we add 2 to s, you get the next even number, that is s plus 2. Then sum of squares, it means if you square s plus 2, if you add both together, the result is 52. So to continue, we need to expand this. So when you expand it, you have s squared plus 4s plus 4, and the other s squared equal to 54. We can add s squared and s squared, and that will give us 2s squared plus 4s plus 4. In order to factorize, the right hand side needs to be 0. For that, you transfer plus 52 to the left hand side, it becomes negative. That is why this is minus 52 equal to 0. If you simplify the constant here, you have 2s squared plus 4s minus 48 equal to 0. You can divide through by 2 to reduce the coefficient, since 2 is common. When you divide through by 2, you have s squared plus 2s minus 24 equal to 0. If you factorize, your result is s is equal to 4 or minus 6. If you have followed other lessons to this point, you should be able to factorize or use any other method to get s equal to 4 or minus 6. So we have to check for correctness of the result. This is the expression that produces the quadratic equation. When s is equal to 4, you put 4 in place of s, you have 4 squared plus bracket open 4 plus 2 bracket close all squared. So you have 16 plus 36, that is 4 plus 2 is 6. If you square it, you have 36. When you add, you have 52. That means s equal to 4 is acceptable. When s is equal to minus 6, you have minus 6 all squared minus 6 plus 2 in brackets all squared. When you simplify, you have 36 plus 16 equal to 52. This result is also acceptable. So the two results are acceptable in this solution. Are you following? Example 25. The breadth of a rectangle is 3 meters less than its length. If the area is 180 square meter, find the dimension of the rectangle. I think this is very simple. The breadth is 3 meters less than the length. What it means is that once you know the length, if you subtract 3 from it, it becomes the breadth. So let the length be s meters, so the breadth must be s minus 3 meter. For a rectangle, the area is length times breadth. Now the area is given to be 180 square meters. Therefore, you have the area. This is length times breadth. So if we expand the right hand side, you have s squared minus 3s. Then 180 on the left hand side. If you wish to factorize, you have to transfer 180 to the right hand side, so that you have 0 there. When you do that, you have s squared minus 3s minus 180 equal to 0. On factorization, s is equal to minus 12 or 15. This answer is very clear. Since dimension of a rectangle cannot be negative, we ignore minus 12. When you are taking measurement, we don't have negative measurement, so we ignore minus 12 and retain s equal to 15. So the dimensions are s is 15, that is a length, so the length is simply 15, and the breadth is s minus 3, that is 15 minus 3 equal to 12 meters. It is as simple as it is. Example 26. The sides of a right-angled triangle in ascending order of magnitude are 8 centimeters, s minus 2 centimeters, and s centimeters. Find s. So this is a right angle triangle. From the question, the sides follow ascending order. That means from the least to the highest. And you know, in a right angle triangle, the longest side, that is hypotenuse. The side facing the right angle is the longest side. That means it is the highest side, or the side with highest value of s, because in the given dimension s is the highest side. That is why the hypotenuse is s. Then the other two sides, opposite, adjacent, you can give any other value, that is 8 or s minus 2, but surely the hypotenuse is s, the longest side with the highest value. Clearly, we can use Pythagoras rule, and that rule states that the square on the longest side, that is hypotenuse, is equal to sum of squares on the other two sides. So you have s squared equal to 8 square plus bracket open s minus 2 bracket close or square. We need to simplify this term. Because of the square, you write it 2 times, so we have s squared equal to a squared is 64, and the other term, so you have s squared equal to 64. When you expand this, you know, you take s times minus 2, then minus 2 times s times minus 2. When you do that, you have s squared minus 4s plus 4. We need to transfer all the terms containing s to one side and see what will happen first, and the constant the other side. So this is s squared on the left hand side. If you transfer this plus s squared, it becomes minus s squared. If you transfer minus 4s, it becomes plus 4s, and we have 64 and 4 on the right hand side, so no need to transfer them. So clearly s squared minus s squared is 0. You are left with 4s equal to 64 plus 4, that is 4s equal to 68. So we have a linear equation, not quadratic. In order to get s, you need to divide both sides by 4. So s is equal to 68 over 4. 68 over 4. When you divide, you have 17 centimeters. So you can see that now truly S is the highest side. The value is 17. That means this side becomes 15. 17 minus 2. Why you have 8 here? Hello. Example 27. A man is 37 years old and his child's age is 8. How many years ago was the product of their ages 96? It is very clear. The man's age is 37. His child's age is 8. Say how many years ago. That is going into the past. We don't know, so let's assume S years ago. So if somebody's age today is 10, 2 years ago he was 8 years. That is 10 minus 2. So S years ago means the man's age was 37 minus S years, and the child was 8 minus S years as well. And the product of their ages S years ago is 96. So you have 37 minus S in bracket times 8 minus S in bracket equal to 96. So if we expand the brackets in the left hand side, you have 296 minus 45s plus s squared equal to 96. So we rearrange following the order of the highest power of the variable. So we take s squared first minus 45s plus 296. You move in plus 96, it becomes minus 96 equal to 0. So you have s squared minus 45s. 296 minus 96 is plus 200 equal to 0. So you factorize. By the steps in factorization, you look for 2 factors of 200. Yes, 2 factors of 200 such that their sum is minus 45 and their product is 200. So if you list out all the factors of 200 and begin to adjust them by attaching plus and minus, you will find out that you have minus 40 minus 5. Minus 40 times 5 is plus 200. Minus 40 times minus 5 is plus 200. Minus 40 minus 5 is minus 45. Remember, in terms of s. So the 2 factors are used to replace the middle term. So we have s squared minus 40s minus 5s plus 200 equal to 0. The purpose is to get 4 terms that are grouped in 2's. So the first 2 terms forms the first bracket and the last 2 terms form the second bracket. From each group, you factor out what is common. From the first group, you factor out s. So if s divides through s squared minus 40s, you have s minus 40. The first term needs to be positive. So from the second group, you factor out minus 5. If minus 5 divides through the group, you have s minus 40 equal to 0. Clearly, s minus 40 is common. If you factor it out again, you are left with s minus 5 that will form the other bracket, everything equal to 0. It follows that s minus 40 equal to 0 or s minus 5 equal to 0. If you solve the linear equations by transferring minus 40 and minus 5 respectively to the right hand side, you have s equal to 40 or 5. Critical look shows that the correct answer is 5 years. 5 years because if you come here, decide to put 40 here, you are going to have negative, and age cannot be negative. So if you put s in this bracket, you are going to have 37 minus 5, and that is 32. That's what we are saying, that s cannot be 40 but 5. Are you following? End of lesson 9. Thanks for watching and learning. Lastly, if you are not safe, your life is in crisis, to avoid that, you give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and you confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, I tell you, big congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye.